Hey everybody, it's time for a new type of video series that's actually me bringing back a old video series I did pre 2000 pre 2015 in 2015 I stopped doing this series right here, and this is my short salute and praise of something. There will not be any links. Well, for most videos, unless I say so, there will not be any links in the description box below. For the said topic I'm talking about, with of course in the thumbnail. It was just me briefly talking about this franchise and what I'm going to be doing with said franchise going quote unquote further further. Yeah, I don't feel like recording a musical intro and outro, so from now on I'm just gonna go back to this style on my main channel, Doug8798. And as you can see by the thumbtails, this is my praise and salute of the 2020s Mortal Kombat animated features, Scorpion's Revenge, and the sequel, Battle of the Realms. These two animated films right here are two of my all-time newest and favorite and best films of all time. I've been on a multi-movie marathon watching these and the very awesome DC animated universe, which is my next video, the DC animated movie universe, the DC, which I've been a fan of, but I've been kind of sleeping on because I've been focusing on all of these live action features. I'll save the DC for another time for the second video, but let's talk about the live action stuff. When it comes to Mortal Kombat, I like the idea of a live action Mortal Kombat film, with real actors, martial artists, special effects, etc., etc. However, Mortal Kombat is better as an animated project, whether you're going to be a television series or a quote unquote movie. It's real easy to animate all of the special maneuvers and fatalities from the games than trying to shoot actors with CGI and martial arts performing all of these quote unquote maneuvers. And now the 1995 film and Annihilation, in my opinion, they are still the best live action video game based movies of all time. They have a rival now in the Sonic movie franchise, but they are still the best when it comes to live action. However, in my opinion, when it comes to video game adaptations and when it comes to number one Mortal Kombat adaptations, in my opinion, they have been surpassed by these two awesome new underrated gems, Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge and Battle of Realms. I saw Scorpion's Revenge in 2020, shortly after it was released, straight to video. I saw it, and I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, and I was excited just to see a new Mortal Kombat project nearly 2 decades later. And the film was nothing short of awesome. Had a couple of problems with liberties taken with the storyline, but the storyline, the characters, and everything. And this, along with the larger sequel, which was bigger and badder, Battle of the Realms. Both of these movies right here were quote unquote these were a 2.5 decade late remake of both the 1995 and 97 Annihilation film and the very awesome and underrated Defenders of the Realm cartoon, and even improved upon the flaws of some of those quote unquote some of those products. The first thing I liked about the animated trilogy was number one, getting Scorpion right. Every Mortal Kombat adaptation made in the 90s outside of the video games got Scorpion wrong. They had him as a reoccurring neutral villain in contrast to his neutral, almost anti-hero status in the quote-unquote games. In the quote-unquote video games. This movie is the first project outside of the video games to finally get Scorpion right. Next. The Defender. This was an issue with the Defenders of the Realm cartoon. The Defenders of the Realm cartoon, which I consider also one of the best adaptations of Mortal Kombat outside of its video game counterpart. Defenders of the Realm. For some odd reason, Johnny Cage was missing from that cartoon, despite the fact he was a main character in the 1995 film, which the cartoon follows as an alternate sequel to the 1995 film. And he was one of the main characters in that film. Not only is he not seen, he's not even quote-unquote mentioned. Here, Johnny Cage is back to his main supporting role, the main and supporting role character he had back in, what was it? 1990, back in the 1995 film in the first two Mortal Kombat video games. This movie had updated animation, more intense fighting, and all the coolest fatalities. Several things. The Defenders of the Realm cartoon, since that adaptation was aimed more towards children, they had to what's his name, and the live action film had the intense fight scenes and more of the quote unquote violence, but they couldn't have a bunch of the cool special maneuvers because of budget issues. Then then you had Battle of the Realms. Battle of the Realms was even bigger and badder. And by the way, both of these movies were the best released two of the greatest movies released during the pandemic. And they were both a couple of straight-to-video anime-based films. Then, what else about Mortal Kombat? Oh yeah, then also, what else about these movies? Oh yeah, and then Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms. There were two Mortal Kombat movies in 2021. This one and the live action 2021 film. In my opinion, Battle of the Realms was way better than that god awful live action Mortal Kombat 2021. I like that movie too, but that movie, in my opinion, was straight up garbage. That movie was straight up garbage. This was the Mortal Kombat movie we want, and this was also the 2.5 decade long sequel and redemption of Annihilation. Everything Annihilation should have been was what this movie was, quote unquote, what this movie was right here, right here. And the storyline is a cross between mostly Mortal Kombat 2 with elements from 3, 4, 6 Deception, 7 Armageddon, and Mortal Kombat's 9 through quote unquote 11. And the Scorpion's Revenge, the first one, is Mortal Kombat 1 with elements of 2 through 4, and even 5, as the vampire lady Natara has a quote unquote cameo in the quote unquote film, in the quote unquote movie. So this was so this was my salute praise of the quote unquote Mortal Kombat adaptations. This is now, alongside Defenders of the Realm, this is now the number one best Mortal Kombat adaptation outside of its video game counterparts. This captures the lore and the story. Even there are several stages and scenes which are reminiscent of stages and scenes from the quote unquote video games. So and I I already have multiple reviews on my channels. Those will not be in the description box below. You have to check my channel for those. However, there will be much superior remake reviews that I'm working on, tie-in remake reviews that I'm quote unquote working on coming later. So yeah, this has been Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms. Like I said, I've been focusing on these live action projects, but man, I've been focusing on the live action stuff, but man, I've been sleeping on these animated projects, especially from quote unquote Warner Brothers and DC, which is, by the way, that's next. That's next. Well, like I said, this was Mortal Kombat. This was my salute and praise of the two new Mortal Kombat animated movies, and now about to rewatch both of them again after a long marathon. That's why you haven't been seeing much videos and stuff getting done. But yeah, because this is what I've been doing. So with that being said, I'm finished for now.